What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Still here with Big Bro. So we left off. So you make it to St. Charles where all the baddest people in Illinois, young guys at, and it's how is that atmosphere up in there?
Which time? See, because I've been to St. Charles 3 times.
Period. Just pick. What? Okay.
First experience.
Yeah.
The first experience.
Now let me ask you this, because I'm gonna tell you when I first went to prison, because I never had the juvenile record.
Right.
I went straight to prison.
I remember,
but
you had to remind me.
So in my mind,
right.
I'm going off what I see on TV, and I'm like, dang, I hope it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible.
So when you first go.
Okay.
What is you thinking though before you go? Before you actually get there, do you even care what you probably saw on TV or anything? Or
I didn't care one way or another.
Okay.
I was about it, kids. So you know how most people looking at the situation like it may be worse than where you just came from. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me, I'm looking at it might be better. Yeah. I'm gonna get 3 meals. I'm gonna get 3 meals.
You think? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you know, it's other stuff that come with a troubled household is poverty. We didn't even get. We didn't even tap into
clothes, food.
Yeah. Okay, so
all
back
the
to St. Charles.
Right.
You know that I didn't look at it as like a horrifying experience. I looked at it as a stepping stone. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got there. I was already liking it because. You felt, you was being treated like a human being,
and you with all your people, and all your peers. Okay, now, how was the gang atmosphere in there with all them young dudes? How was that? Because I'm pretty sure there ain't really no structure, is it? Was it?
Yeah, there was always somebody who everybody looked up to. You know what I mean? Because they coming straight from the set.
But you know how the joint is, the joint.
Yeah, I know what joint is.
So a juvenile joint.
There's always a guy in there that everybody look up to.
From each set.
From every social club in that prison. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
but if they young like that.
No, they're not young like that. See, this is another thing I'm gonna tell you. St. Charles has pockets within pockets, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, depending on your crime, whether you're gonna actually be in St. Charles, and if you do be in that, because it's also receiving. Well, you really can never see us because we on the compound. You didn't receive when you first come through. Right. So they had the younger guys go to Owens and Robinsons, and the older guys that was like 17, 16, they went to Kennedy King. You know what I mean? So my first experience, I come in as a young towel. I'm in Owens and Robinson. Right. We young. Right. So you always got older guys there. Man, the guys can be old as 19. Right. So you know have some type of structure.
Right. That's what I was meaning though. Like, cause what's the oldest you be at? 21?
6 months before your 21st birthday.
Right. So that's what I mean, because they still consider young. So
what's the youngest you could be there? That's the question.
What is the youngest you could be there?
Probably about 12. He's typically a baby.
And it's crazy because usually them juvenile places is worse than the certain
in certain states, bro.
Yeah, in certain penitentiary facility because there's so many young radicals, hot head. I don't give a F, and you was one of them. Right. You actually one of them. Do you consider yourself being out of control? Was you out of control?
I didn't think I was then, but I know I was now.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at it from an adult mind. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's a lot of things you're gonna disapprove of now.
So was it like you fit right into what the environment was?
Always do.
Okay.
Either adapt or you die. You know that.
Right.
So I come in, I'm aware of the sets, the different, social clubs.
Right.
And I'm also advanced in my own.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
is it weapons in there?
knives.
Knife.
Yeah.
Did you have any? If you can remember.
Any?
In the
juvenile?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like maybe per person in a cell, we would have like 2 or 3 knives.
Per person.
Yeah, per person.
And that probably was like throughout the whole.
No, not throughout the whole prison, because everybody ain't, everybody ain't cut like that.
To even want a knife.
Right. You know, they come in. We know you some the drastic guys that
Right.
riding, gonna kick it off soon as they can.
Did you ask for a knife or was you given a knife?
No, I asked for it. I'm only 120 pounds. They give me a knife now. Give me one right now.
So you get it. You like, hey, who got the knives? Or
once you come in and you finally get there and they find out what
with
you
your
need.
people, right?
Yeah, it's guys in there that don't care nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we not them guys.
Right. Right. So did you know how to make a knife?
No, not it. No.
Okay. It's not a proper knife anyway. You definitely can use something to poke somebody with, but
even a pencil, a sharp pencil.
Right. But you had 2 nice knives on you.
Not only.
But at your where you can go get.
Right, available when I need to use.
Okay. Was there ever any gang fights in the juvenile facility play?
Yeah, but they be rare because the older guys, they more thinking with adult minds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all that foolishness, you ain't finna do all that disrespect.
Right.
You ain't finna do all that. You know what I mean? It happens, but it starts from the top.
So it starts from the top. Okay.
Yeah, when you get the green light, we going. We know we're going.
So, but did you have to fight when you was in there a few times?
Yeah, we fought a lot of my own people.
I was just gonna
in
say
my own
that.
social club.
Right.
Just like anywhere else.
Right.
Your worst enemy be your own.
Right.
And sometimes yourself. In my case, myself.
Right. So you fighting yourself and y'all.
There's no question.
Okay.
So yeah,
you know it's crazy because we gonna get to that. Okay, so you do that. So though people know you.
Yeah.
On both sides, the opposition know you too.
Everybody.
So everybody know you. Okay.
Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm just saying everybody that's into what we into. You know what I mean?
So so you have a reputation.
I guess you can call it that.
Did that mean anything to you
at the time?
Like, what was you big on your reputation?
No, I was just big on survival at the time.
So it didn't matter. You just
right. And even when I would hear that I had a vicious reputation, I never looked at it like that. Because to me, everything I was doing was survive. So I'm not up at he doing this and doing that. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm just trying to survive.
Would you consider most of the incidents you had, was it yours or somebody else's? Because you know how that usually be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, was it yours?
99.9 of the incidents would probably be somebody else's incident. Right. But because of that, that unity.
Right.
And that code of assisting one another.
Right.
We was always out there. You know what I mean?
Right. It was weird.
If somebody put their hands on one of my people, it's like you putting your hands on
no
me.
ifs, ands, buts.
Yeah, I know.
You never even had to think about it.
That's what a lot of the confrontations was about from the beginning to the end. You know what I mean?
Right. So when did you get to the point where is you in and out of juvenile? You in and out?
No.
Like, how many times you been to the juvenile facility?
3.
3 different times. Okay. So, and each time you had to stay for a minute?
Yeah, good 8 months.
At the least.
At the least.
Okay. Then from there, now at this time while you a juvenile, is you respected on the street? Like, is you you know how
you gonna be respected? See, I'm coming from the street,
right,
with this mentality,
right.
so I'm already respected on the street.
But I mean, like,
now
you know the position.
in this joint.
So the big house.
No. Juvenile. Nobody knows you in juvenile.
Right.
So now, once you get your respect in juvenile, remember everybody that you in juvenile would
end up being the ones in
70%
prison.
of them gonna go to prison, so they there before I get there. So
right.
you know,
so they already know,
without knowing that you know.
Right. They always up on, yeah. So, but when do you start moving in ranks? Did you move in ranks from the prisons or from the streets?
From the streets.
So you had your rank before prison.
Yeah, because I you know, in this town where we at,
right,
which is about maybe 2 hours from Chicago. As soon as I got there, within maybe a year or so,
right,
you know, I started my own social club.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We used to call ourselves the G Boys.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And once I build up that energy,
right,
you see what I mean? And I went to the joint, I come out with substance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, we need a structure with this thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I started building the structure, but I already had the reputation.
Right.
But now I gotta start working on the structure. You know what
right.
I mean? And a lot of that I learned that from you're not gonna believe this, but I learned that from the Bible.
To build a structure?
To build an empire.
Okay. How so?
Because as you start,
you know about the Bible, man?
I've been reading it ever since I was 13.
Okay. That's
from front to back, back to front. Okay, so I would read there, and I was particularly, I don't know, it was like I was drawn to it about this particular part about David fighting a giant. Right. Because I'm a small guy, you know, as far as height, I'm short. You know, all my adversaries was big guys, you know, and they was grown too. You know, gotta remember that. Right. You know what I mean? And I like that caught my attention. Right. So I'm into that. You know, it's like reading a good story as a kid. Your imagination run wild with you. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm reading and I'm learning, and you know how they put their military together. You know what I mean? Right. So the guys tripping off me. Right. They're like, this young dude here, man. He got structure. Right. You know what I mean? Right. You getting your do's and your do nots together. Right. And then you building on top of that a system of structure where everybody had a function. They got to, you know, and bring it all together, and then you make the system vibe. Right. You know what I mean? So I come out with that mentality based off that book. Right. Now, as I'm out here moving around as a juvenile in the street, I'm also running into older guys, you know, 30s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's coming out the stage joint. You know what I mean? So on the street, I'm learning literature. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And I'm like, okay, now, but at the time, I am the G Boys chief. I don't know which way I want to go yet. You know what I mean? I got, you know, you could be a Stone, right? Or you could be Folks, right? You know what I mean? And then I did have some relatives that was Vice Lords. You hear me? So you had the G Boys just by themselves. We could be what we want to be. We gonna do what we want to do. We ain't got no rules, no regulation. Right. You know what I mean? We just, you know, we all accrue together. You know, we know this is the guy that started the G Boys. You know what I mean?
Okay, so why did you decide to go with what you went with? What was the deciding factor for that? For you to actually decide, like, this is what we going?
Because my whole neighborhood is folks.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, they got different sets. They, and they also Stones too now.
Right.
Because I had moved from Motown as a younger, and we went farther up, towards the Inglewood area.
Right.
So now my mother's dating got us a disciple.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Who is really, really involved with the disciple movement. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, he even came out there, I think the last time, to save their ass from me.
When she was banging.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think he the one came out there with the shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Broke it up, but he ain't gonna hurt nobody on his side because of his people. He just want to get him off his woman.
Right.
Yeah. So ain't that hilarious?
Yeah.
So that's what that concept is. And like I said, with our father, with the Stones, and then on my mother's side, all my cousins, my mother's first cousins, grew up with Larry Hoover.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
At least two of them.
Right.
Who would always, come shine on me. So
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they were still they on and off, but they were Supreme Gangsters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, hey, let's pick it up, Stab.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cheer.
Right.
And there was no structure in that city we were in.
Right.
There was no, you had guys that was representing down there, but they didn't know what the hell they was doing.
Right.
And then on top of that, what I came with next was High Supreme Gangster.
Right.
Most people have never heard of that.
Mm.
So I'm starting a whole new chapter, bringing out and representing something that was really, at the time, extinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Besides how far I built it in my town. You know what I mean? Because everybody else in the city, you know what I mean? You still got guys that let you know they originally Supreme Gangsters or High Supreme. Go ahead. But it was ancient. It was ancient and it was old.
All right. How much is it? All right.
Just look this up. I call that guy back. Oh, because we still
okay. Go ahead. Keep explaining while I get the food. On what you get.
Okay. So I get here on the second time I come out to juvenile joint, with the High Supreme Gangster movie. I'm in tune with my people, and I start to learn more about all different fractions of social clubs in the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I started to move in that same sync. That is history.
Right. Bro. You on your own, brother.
All right. So I come back, I get out, right? We moving. We with this High Supreme Gangster program. We get a nice group together. And then basically, I guess what I want to say is that we caused a lot of havoc in the community. But none of us was over 20. So, we were just acting on being immature. The good thing is that
so
I'm just gonna go into we'll come back.
It's on.
Okay, yeah, I know, but I'm saying I'm just gonna go into something that you pop up with the food, right?
We'll be back, y'all.